Hey lovers of saxophone and music alike, my name is Nick Ortiz, and this is my second video covering Yamaha's YDS digital saxophone. I realize it's been about 2 months since my unboxing video, so I'd like to make a couple of announcements. First of all, thank you so much to everybody who has watched, liked, and interacted in the comments of the first video. It was really fun answering questions that I could use with the knowledge I've accrued on this project already to help people get interested in the YDS or see if something else is more their speed. Secondly, I realize 2 months is quite a big gap to post content in, but I had shot 2 videos in that time, edited them, they were ready to go to YouTube, and I watched them and said, that's not what I want this to be about. So I had to do some thinking, some research, and I'm hopefully coming to you with a new format that's going to make this a little more fun to watch and a little more informative and shorter for time purposes. So what we'll be going over today is the YDS-150's voice changing capabilities, and I'll be showcasing that in a short performance at the end. If you are here from my social media channels, thank you so much for your continued support. Head down to the comments in the description to take you right to the performance part of this video. If you'd like to stick around and see how I created it, I really appreciate that too. So let's grab our YDS and get started. Now that we've got our YDS, let's go over how to access the voice switching controls really quick. So we will have to use our left hand to push the low A key, and using our right hand we can use TC or the trill C key, side C key, to switch between the upper voices. It goes up in the voice switching sequence, and TA or side B flat to move down in the voice switching sequence. When this happens, no matter what voice you're in, it will switch in your display window to the letter U as the first voice, and that means you're in the custom voice library. The custom voice library has 20 slots that you can use to configure the voices from the 70 presets available on the YDS and put them in any order you want. So you can put alto, tenor, bari, soprano, synthesizer in whatever order you want, so at mid-performance you don't have to be clicking away at the top part of your dashboard on the instrument, and you can just easily switch with keys you're familiar with and not interrupt the flow of your performance. This is about all you can do in terms of customization from the instrument. The rest of this happens on the YDS companion app, so we're going to head over there. Alright, so we are now in the YDS companion app. Make sure that you have your device's Bluetooth settings on, and make sure the YDS is ready to connect via Bluetooth. To review how to do this, you press the function key and the E flat key and then toggle up to turn it on, and you should see a yellow light flashing on the device. Once that happens, click it and you will be connected. So once you are connected, you can go over to the tab next to Connect, and that is the Custom Voice tab. And if you see, you have about 20 voices to choose from, and you can access these on the device itself, but this is the interface we use to customize them. So we want to first select our voice group, and our voice group is going to be alto, tenor, bari, or synth. And when you tap it, you will get a preset voice, which is one of the many options you have. So I'm going to choose tenor sax for this one. And I really don't like the pop sound. I prefer either classic or rich classic for my tenor sound preset on this device. I'm going to go with classic. And once you pick that, it takes you to the default settings, but you can play around with the effect type, the volume, cutoff, resonance, and even how the analog controller works if you want to change to portamento or anything else like that. I usually keep the settings pretty normal, but I'm going to play with the resonance a little bit because that just makes the connection between notes sound a little bit better on the speaker end of things. So once you've done that, in the top corner there's an arrow you can touch, and it is black, but when you tap it, it should go transparent, and when it has done that, the voice has been preloaded into the instrument and is ready to use. I'm just going to give my settings one last check, and so that setting is done. I'm going to move to a different voice, and that is the neat feature of voice changes. You can pair any assortment of presets. So saxophones like soprano and baritone, or even tenor and synth, could be next to each other, and you can arrange these in any order within the 20 voices that are given to you in the device space. So once you've picked through the voices you want to use, just preload them by clicking the arrow in the top corner again. And once that's all done, we have to enable voice changing on our device. So go all the way over to our settings tab on the right. This will have all of our default instrument settings that we can change. These are on the instrument, but you can also change them in this interface if that makes things a little more simple. Go down to the voice change shortcut section. You want to make sure that switch is on. This allows us to use the TA and TC side keys to switch between voices. Once you've done this and back up and restored these settings to your device, it should be ready to go even when it is not connected to Bluetooth devices. And you want to make sure this is done after you've preset all of your voices, because sometimes voices will preset like that and they'll get stuck. And those are the basics for setting up the voice change for the YDS-150. And that concludes the walkthrough portion of the video. Please stick around for a performance of melody number 3 from Philip Glass's Melodies for Saxophone. A brief program note will be included in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.